I'm Katie Miller in Missoula. We're following up on the city's homelessness issue. Just last week, there were tents on this piece of grass outside the Poverello Center, but you can clearly see the city and law enforcement have been to clear these people out. I caught up with the Poverello Center to get their perspective.
There was kind of a growing health emergency that was happening there because of urban camping.
There's still signs of about a dozen tents that were stood up near Cedar Street just days ago. Information from a press release says conditions in the so-called tent city were unsanitary, citing needles and human waste accumulation.
We work really closely with our partners in the city and the county to figure out kind of a humane way to address that issue.
Poverello Center spokesman Jesse Jager says many of the people that were camping have been placed in temporary housing.
We were able to get a couple people referred to the YWCA. A couple people were able to get some access to some housing vouchers.
When we caught up with Jager last week, he said a lot of the people camping are Missoulians that lost their housing and were displaced during the pandemic.
As our homeless outreach team interacts with those folks, what they're hearing back is it's people that are newly homeless that are that they're running into more and more.
That's why he says compassion is important.
That is always our goal at the Poverello Center, particularly with those who are most vulnerable. And then at the same time, we need to continue to work towards those longer term solutions. We need more housing, we need more mental health supports, we need more substance abuse treatment facilities in our community to really get at the root causes of these problems.
But Jager says the POV's role isn't policy, but keeping people alive.
It's getting cold out there.
Jager says the Poverello Center is working with the city for plans for an emergency winter shelter that they hope to release before the weather gets too much colder. In Missoula, Katie Miller, MTN News.